Hello everyone. Let's begin with consignment problem today. So the first question is Ananda consigned on 15 August 2020 45 cases of goods costing 40,000 to Babu of Bengaluru. The consignor paid packing charges rupees 450 and freight of rupees 4500. On December 1st, 2020, Babu sent an account sale stating that expenses paid on consignment were clearing charges rupees 250, carriage 200, go down rent rupees 300. Goods were sold as follows: 15 cases at rupees 1600 per case, 22 cases at 1400 per case, and remainder for rupees 12,000. Babu accepted a bill of exchange for the amount due from him after deducting his commission at 5% on gross sale proceed. Prepare the ledger accounts in the books of Ananda. So let's begin with the problem. So the first sentence given is Ananda consigned on 15th August 2020 45 cases of goods costing 40,000. So Ananda is a consignor here. So Ananda sent goods to Babu of Bengaluru. So how many cases? 45 cases. Goods costing 40,000 rupees. So first, in the format of consignment, in debit side, you have to write 2 goods sent on consignment. So let's make the consignment account. 2 goods sent on consignment, rupees 40,000. So you have to write consignment account here, debit, credit, ledger accounts in the books of Ananda. Next, we have to write 2 goods sent on consignment, rupees 40,000. Next, let's move with the next line. The consignor paid packing charges rupees 450 and freight rupees 4,500. So consignor paid packing charges of rupees 450 and freight of rupees 4,500. So consignor's expenses. So the entry will be to bank, right? In consignment account, to bank consignor expenses. So packing charges rupees 450, freight charges of rupees 4,500. So total will be 4,950. On December 1st, 2020, Babu sent an account sale stating that expenses paid on consignment were clearing charges rupees 250, carriage of rupees 200, go down rent of rupees 300. So this is consignee's expenses. So in consignment account, consignee's expenses will be written as to consignee's account, the name of the consignee. So here consignee is Babu. Have to write his expenses. Clearing charges rupees 250, carriage of rupees 200, go down rent of rupees 300. So these 3 were mentioned. Now, goods were sold as follows: 15 cases at rupees 1600 per case. Here you have to notice 1600 per case is given, and 22 cases at rupees 1400 per case, and remainder for 12,000. So in consignment account, credit side, you have to write consignee's name by Babu's account. In bracket, you have to write sales. 15 cases at 1600 per case. So 1600 is the cost of 1 case. So 15 cases, how much? So 15 into 1600. So it is 24,000. For 22 cases, how much? If cost of 1 case is 1400. So 22 into 1400, 30,800. Now, and the remainder for rupees 12,000. The remaining goods for 12,000. So 45 goods were sent. So in these 45 goods, 15 goods were sold, 22 goods were sold. So 45 minus 15 minus 22, remainder is 8. So remaining goods are 8. So 8 goods, it's 12,000, 12,000 by 8. This is not necessary, but just if you write. So 12,000 divided by 8, it's 1,500. So if we add all these three values, you get 66,800. Now, Babu accepted a bill of exchange for the amount due from him after deducting his commission at 5% on gross sale proceeds. Here, it's given as deducting his commission at 5% on gross sale proceeds. So, commission is 5% on gross sale proceeds. 5%. So, 5% on 66,800 rupees you have to charge. You can write again as 2 Babu, or else you can include with this itself. So, I have included with this itself. The next question I will write it separately and show. So, that's not going to be any problem. So, commission 66,800 into 5%. So, that will give you as 3,340. And if you add all these four values, you get 4,090. So, I hope you understood all this. Up to this much you have understood. Now, the balance. So, you are going to transfer the balance to P&L account, that is profit and loss account. So, credit side is greater, which means it's profit, and debit side is less. So, in debit side, you have to write to profit and loss account 17,760, and the total is 66,800. So, that is about the consignment account. Next, you have to prepare goods sent on consignment account. So, here it should, I have missed it. GSOC, goods sent on consignment account, and Babu's account. So, 3 accounts you have to prepare. So, next we'll move with Babu's account. In Babu's account, write Babu's account here, debit, credit. If you want, you can mention date. If you mention date, it's good. Even in consignment, you have to mention date. So here in Babu's account, just check for Babu in consignment account. So you can find Babu account here. One is here, and second one is here in credit side and in debit side. So here you can find by Babu's account in credit side of consignment account and to Babu's account in debit side of consignment account. So when you post to Babu's account, this credit side in consignment account will be debit side in Babu's account. See, to consignment account, that is sales, 66,800. See, in credit side of consignment account, 66,800 was mentioned. Now, the same thing, same amount, have to write as to consignment, in bracket sales, amount is 66,800, date is December 1. Now, let's see the debit side of consignment account to Babu's account. So here Babu's expenses as well as commission is included. So in Babu's account, by consignment will be written consignee expenses plus commission. Okay, consignee expenses plus commission will be mentioned. So amount is 4090 in credit side of Babu's account. So have to write by consignment account. So this is done. Now in question, see this part. Babu accepted a bill of exchange for the amount due from him after deducting his commission. Excuse me. So the bills of exchange has accepted the bills of exchange. From the point of view of Ananda, if Babu has accepted the bill, then it becomes bills receivables, right? So, wait a second. So entry when Babu accepts the bill. So bills from the books of Ananda, okay? In the books of Ananda, when Babu accepts the bill. So what is the journal entry? Bills receivable account debit to Babu's account, right? When bills has been accepted by Babu in the books of Ananda. Okay, bills receivable account debit to Babu's account. Babu is asset for Ananda. So asset decreases, credit, and bills receivable is asset, increases, so debited. So bills receivable account debit to Babu's account. So how we will post this to Babu's account? So Babu is mentioned here in credit side. So to Babu is given in the journal entry. So in credit side of Babu's account, I have to write by bills receivables. So let's see Babu's account. As I said, by bills receivables. So difference amount will be written here. 62,710 rupees will be written here, and total it. Total this Babu's account, you are going to get 66,800 rupees. So I hope you are clear with Babu's account. We will move on with goods sent on consignment account. Now see where goods sent on consignment is mentioned in consignment account. So you can find the first entry is two goods sent on consignment, 40,000, right? So goods sent on consignment account, you have to write by consignment account. See, by consignment account, have to write in credit side of goods sent on consignment account. So debit, credit. So by consignment, 40,000 rupees. So here difference will be transferred to trading account. So that's 40,000. So total also will be 40,000. So I hope you are clear with all the three accounts: consignment account, Babu's account, and goods sent on consignment account in the books of Ananda, the consigner. Here closing stock, consignment stock will not appear because all the goods are sold. See, 15 goods are sold, 22 cases goods are sold, and remaining also is sold for 12,000. So there is no stock remaining here. So we are not writing by consignment stock. So let's begin with the second question. Ashok of Bengaluru consigned 500 toys to Bhaskar of Mysuru on consignment basis. The cost of one toy was rupees 200. The cost of one toy was rupees 200. Ananda paid 5,500 as freight and insurance and received 40,000 as advance from Bhaskar. Bhaskar paid carriage of rupees 1,000, rent of rupees 1,500 and insurance of rupees 1,200. 410 toys were sold by the consignee for rupees 1,10,000. He is entitled for a commission of 5% on sales. Prepare the necessary ledger account in the books of Ashok. So you have to prepare consignment account and Bhaskar's account. So let's prepare consignment account first. See, so here in the problem, Ashok is the consigner and Bhaskar is the consignee. So Ashok has consigned 500 toys to Bhaskar, and the cost of one toy was rupees 200. Okay. So the first is in consignment account, two goods sent on consignment. So cost of one toy is 200. So cost of 500 toys is 500 into 200. So that is 1 lakh. So total value of goods sent on consignment is 1 lakh rupees. Okay. Now, Ananda paid 5,500 as freight and insurance. So Ananda paid 5,500 as freight and insurance. So 5,500 is not separately for freight and insurance. So the value of freight and insurance together is 5,500. So to bank, freight and insurance, 5,500. And received 40,000 as advance from Bhaskar. So received 40,000 as advance from Bhaskar will not be mentioned in consignment account, but it will be mentioned in Bhaskar account. So let's move on with next para. Bhaskar paid carriage rupees 1,000, rent 1,500 and insurance 1,200. So this is all three are consignee's expenses. So to Bhaskar, account, carriage, rent, insurance. So if you add 3, you are going to get 3,700. 410 toys were sold by the consignee for rupees 1,10,000. So by Bhaskar's account, in bracket, write sales 1,10,000. He is entitled for commission of 5% on sales. So commission is 5% on sales. So sale value is 1,10,000. So 5% on 1,10,000. As I said in previous question, so we can write commission separately as to Bhaskar, or else you can include in one itself. Okay. So I have written separately as I promised you in previous question. So 5,500 you are going to get as the value of commission. So now only 410 toys were sold. Okay, out of 500 only 410 toys were sold. So still some goods or toys are remaining. Toys are remaining, right? So this will be written under consignment stock account. That's nothing but the closing stock. Okay, so we have to provide a working note there. So let's see the working note. See, working note number 1, calculation of consignment stock. So in 500 stock, you have sold 410 toys. So 90 toys are remaining. In consignees go down. So I have to write this also. This is very important. So 90 toys are remaining. Now see the value of 90 toys. You have to write. So value of 90 toys are 90 into 200. 200 because cost of one toy is 200. So cost of 90 toys will be 90 into 200. So that is 18,000. Now we have to add consignor's non-recurring expenses. That is nothing but add all the consignor's expenses. So add all consignor's expenses. So 500 toys, you have spent 5,500. So 90 toys, how much? See in the question, 5,500 paid 5,500 as freight and insurance. For 500 toys you have spent, right? 5,500 rupees you have spent for 500 toys. Now how much goods, how much toys are left in the godown of the consignee? Only 90. So for 90 goods, how much expenses did you incur for freight and insurance? You have to see. So the same way you have to write. Okay, so 500 goods, 5,500, and for 90 goods, how much? Okay, now we have to cross multiply 90 into 5,500, 90 into 5,500 divided by 500. I hope you know to do the cross multiplication. So you have to write in the same way. Okay, if you change the way of writing, the answer will be changed. So 500 goods, 500 toys, you have spent 5,500 for freight and insurance. For 90 goods, how much? You have to see. So 90 into 5,500 divided by 500. So you are going to get as 990 rupees. Now add consignee's expenses. Consignee's non-recurring expenses. Okay, point to be noted. Consignee's non-recurring expenses. In this previous case, if you don't mention non-recurring also, it's no problem. You have to add all consignor's expenses. So all consignor's expenses are non-recurring itself. So directly blindly add all the consignor's expenses. Now while coming to consignee's expenses, you have to add only non-recurring expenses. As you have seen in the concepts, non-recurring expenses are those expenses which are to be considered, which are incurred only up to goods reach the consignees go down. So all the expenses up to the goods reach consignees go down are called as non-recurring expenses. Okay, so only those expenses are to be written here. So add consignees non-recurring expenses. I repeat, non-recurring expenses are those expenses which are to be considered only up to the goods reach consignees go down. Okay, in question, see what are the consignees expenses. Paid carriage 1000, rent 1500, insurance 1200. See here, rent is to be paid after the goods reach consignees go down. Okay, even the insurance, that is consignees insurance. So after the goods reach consignees go down, you are going to incur insurance. So here carriage rupees 1000 you are going to incur before the goods reach consignees go down, right? So you have to consider only carriage. Okay, only carriage. So for 500 goods you have spent 1000 rupees as carriage. For 90 goods, how much you are going to spend? So in the same way I have to write 90 into 1000 divided by 500. Okay, cross multiply. 90 into 1000 divided by 500. So that is 180. Okay. This we have to cross multiply. But please note, this order or the format shouldn't change. Okay. The format should be same. If there is a slight change in what you are writing, the answer which is coming will be affected. So please note this. It's very important. So if you add all the three, so 18,000 plus 990 plus 180, you are going to get 19,170 rupees as the value of closing stock. Okay, so the value of closing stock is 19,170. So if we add debit side and credit side, so the credit side will be more than debit side. So it is profit on consignment. So this difference will be transferred to P&L account, to profit and loss account. So in bracket you have to write profit on consignment. So 14,470 will be the difference. So you should write in debit side of the consignment account. So if you total, we are going to get 129,170. So that was about consignment account. I hope you have understood consignment account as well as the valuation of consignment stock account. So valuation of consignment stock account is very important. Please repeat in your practice again. So let's move on with Bhaskar's account. So in Bhaskar's account, debit, credit, Bhaskar's account, particulars amount. As I said in previous question, when Bhaskar's account appears, check for the name Bhaskar. Okay, you can see here Bhaskar in credit side, Bhaskar in debit side, the consignment account. Even for commission also you can see here. In previous question you have combined commission and consignee's expenses. So you can see only one value there. So here we have separated commission and consignee's expenses. So we are going to see two values in debit side of consignment account. Okay. So when we prepare Bhaskar's account to consignment account, okay, this was from credit side of consignment account. See, credit side of consignment account 1,10,000 by Bhaskar's account sales. So in Bhaskar's account, it will be to consignment account bracket sales 1,10,000 rupees. Now, in the consignment account, so in consignment account, debit side of consignment account to Bhaskar's account, that is consignees expenses, right? So in Bhaskar's account, you're going to write by consignment account, consignees expenses 3,700. Okay. Now, for the commission to Bhaskar's account, commission 5,500 is written, right? So in Bhaskar's account, by consignment bracket commission 5,500. Okay. Now, let's see the question. Now there's something called as received in advance. See here, received 40,000 as advance from Bhaskar. Received 40,000 as advance. So received 40,000, it may be in cash form or bank form. Okay. So when you receive cash or bank, so what will be the entry from Bhaskar? Okay. So entry will be cash or bank. Wait a second. Let's consider bank only. Bank account debit to Bhaskar's account, right? Bhaskar's account. So Bhaskar is our asset. Asset decreases. Credit. Bank is our asset. Asset increases. Debit. Okay. So entry will be bank account debit to Bhaskar's account. So how you will post this journal entry? So Bhaskar is mentioned in the credit side to Bhaskar, right? So in Bhaskar's account, in credit side of the Bhaskar's account, we have to write by bank. Okay, by bank. Rupees 40,000 in bracket. If you want, you can write advance, or else only by writing bank is also sufficient. Okay, 40,000. Now by balance carried down will be written. We are assuming here that the balance or the amount due is not received from Bhaskar. Okay, so we are writing by balance carried down. If in question it's mentioned that the balance has been paid by Bhaskar, then you have to write by bank. Okay, here we are assuming, here it's not mentioned in the question also, and we are assuming, you have to provide it as a note. As note, we are assuming that final balance due from Bhaskar is not received. Okay, in note you have to write. I repeat, we are assuming that final balance due from Bhaskar is not received. Okay, but you have to state a note there. So that was about Bhaskar's account. The question, in question they have asked consignment account and Bhaskar's account. So I hope you are clear with Bhaskar's account as well as consignment account as well as the consignment stock valuation.